let's get situated. Focus on me. There we go. It's been a minute since I did one of these, but enough about that. It is Thursday, January 7th, 9:45 a.m. And we're here in the studio, obviously. And today we're going to talk about a couple things. It's been a while, like I said, since I did one of these videos. And the reason for that is because life has changed a lot. I am at a new store now, and we just had the holiday season, which is always difficult with Starbucks, but this year, because of COVID, made it even more difficult. That's work. Now let's move to me. Let's move to what's going on outside of work for me. I've had a lot of trouble recently finding my creative flow. I think just with everything being so busy at work and you know, it getting colder and it gets dark earlier, Diana gets home from work at a later time than I do, it's really difficult to find things to do or to feel creative. And I kind of pigeonhole myself by not allowing myself to go out and explore and to go do things on my own. I'm not gonna do that anymore. There. The other day, what was it? Not yesterday, because yesterday I actually had a shoot, which was really nice. I'll talk about that in a second. But on Tuesday, I went out to Alviso, which is a little suburb of San Jose. It's the oldest part of San Jose, actually. And I wanted to go out there because it's right on the bottom of the bay. Like where the water comes in at San Francisco, it comes down, and then right at the bottom is where Alviso is, all the way inland. And there's not a lot of water, to be honest. I mean, it's maybe at most 10 feet deep on certain parts, but it's mainly used to harvest salt because it is salt water because it comes from the bay. So there's huge salt flats, there's huge salt mounds that are being kept for usage. But I wanted to go out there and just kind of walk around, and not really with any intent to create a certain type of content, but just to create. I had my camera. I challenged myself by taking out my full frame 5D, not this one right here. So I had to manually focus everything. I had to manually set everything, which really pulled me in to what I was doing. I couldn't just point, click, and shoot, and then turn it off. I had to make sure my settings were right. I had to make sure that my ND filter was at the right setting. I had to make sure that my mic levels were good, which they were not. Everything was way low. But I was able to just be completely enveloped in that process for that day. And it was such a good feeling. I felt so, not even just like, not accomplished is the right word, but I felt like I had done something worth doing. I felt like I had done something that I wanted to do, that filled my cup, that filled me up. And I finished editing it yesterday, and I'll probably show a few clips like right now. It's beautiful out there. It's gorgeous. I want to go out there again. So it's a beautiful space, and I only explored half of it. I didn't get to see, there's a whole other side that goes deeper into the town, but I didn't get to see that part. So I'll have to plan another day to go out there and do that. But I think that was a start for me. It was a step in the right direction to getting back to a balance between work life, home life, and me. There's all three of those exist within each other, and there needs to be a balance there, right? I need to separate me from home life and from my romantic life a little bit and make sure that I still have an identity out there for myself, something that I'm proud of, person who I am working on, and that I can be, like I just said, like I can be proud of that person and say that I'm doing good things. So step in the right direction. Now let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday I had a shoot with Adam. It was for a biotech company called Vitro Labs, and I can't talk too much about what they're doing, but they are a very, very new-aged company that's trying to help relieve some of the stress and relieve some of the environmental impact that the clothing industry has on the environment. Has on the world. They're trying to figure out ways to produce products in a more friendly and cost-efficient way, and in a way that isn't harmful to animals either. That's the the main aspect of this company, which I think is great. And the man who's leading it up is a visionary. He is passionate about what he does. So just to be around that environment, and if he does well and it blows up, it's really cool. I can say I was there in the beginning when he started. He's really starting to pick up some clout. The interviews we did an interview in the morning. We had to show up at 6 a.m. call time, and he had an interview right away with the BBC, which was really cool. And then after that, we did some other shoots around his lab, and then we were done. But it was really, really cool to do, because it was just creative. I was helping support Adam. We were doing everything together, and at the end of the day, I felt accomplished. I felt good, and I didn't feel like I had to compensate. Normally when I come home, I feel like I have to soak up every last minute of the day, which is why sometimes I'll stay up till like, I shouldn't be doing this because I have to wake up at 3:30, but sometimes I'll stay up till like 11 o'clock at night, which only gives me about 4 hours, if that, of sleep, which is not good. I know that's not good for me. But after yesterday, and after being able to be creative and feel the fulfillment from doing that, I was ready to go to bed around like 9 o'clock. And that was really nice. I woke up, I already took my car to the shop, I had breakfast, and I'm doing this, and I have energy, and I feel alive. Like I am in control again, which is really good. So I think I've found, how do I say this? I found the wave. My buddy Daniel talked to me about this, and every now and then in life you'll feel waves come in and out, like on a beach, right? They come in and they come out, and every time they come in a little bit farther, and then they recede, and they come in a little bit farther, then they recede. And for surfers, they watch those waves, right? They watch the waves for the biggest one, and when they feel it's right, they ride that sucker all the way back in. And that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. I am catching a wave, a creative wave, that's going to propel me forward to where I want to go. And I mentioned this in a little car vlog I did the other day, which is something else that's going to start happening soon, where I mentioned that I've felt this happen a couple times. I've talked to friends about it, I've talked to family about it. In this past year, I've felt some of these waves come in and out, and this is the biggest one I've felt in a long time. It has the most purpose behind it because it has to do with my happiness and my well-being. So I'm gonna jump on this the best I can, try and stay on it. I'm going to start incorporating a lot more tools into my life, including calendars. I'm gonna start planning my life out more, scheduling it out the way that I would for teaching. I would schedule everything out so I knew what was gonna happen and I didn't have to think about what was gonna happen. I just did it. So I'm gonna start doing that a lot more often. If not, the plan or the hope is to be able to do that daily, right? On a regular basis, so that I have my life figured out, at least on a daily basis, so that I can approach it with confidence and energy and not have to waste time thinking about it. That is the one thing I hate, is standing there. I can't tell you how much time I wasted just this past week standing and just thinking, what should I do? I could do this. Nah, I could do this. Nah, I could do this, but then I have to do this. And it's a vicious cycle, and you paralyze yourself into doing nothing. And then, it's a downward spiral from there. I won't get too deep into that, but I am on a good path. I'm trying to find healthier alternatives for the things that I do in my life. And I'm trying to just be me, which is, I think, the greatest thing anybody can try and do is be themselves. It's really difficult to do in today's world because everybody has an opinion. Everybody can see what you're doing because of social media. And I think by doing this, by doing these little vlogs, posting these, it's going to be scary at first because it's exposing a lot of myself to people I don't even know, right? That's the scariest part about YouTube. But also, it's in an effort to show people that they're not alone. Hopefully, this message in this journey that I'm about to embark on will reach other people who are experiencing the same thing, who are going through some type of a drought in their life, trying to figure out who they are, what they're supposed to do, and how to survive during these times, how to still thrive in and do what you want to do and love yourself. That's the other part of this, is loving yourself. So I hope if you're watching this means something to you. I hope that this information is useful, and in episodes to come, hopefully I'll have more information to give, and I'm just going to be documenting my experience, what I'm doing, the steps I'm taking, the research I'm doing, and I'm going to share it with all of you. So thanks for watching today, and I'll catch you next time.